Good evening, everyone.
Evening, Mbak Julie, Mbak
Okay,
Titin,
Miss Dian.
Mas Chris.
Yeah, welcome to Save Your Podcast with me, Julia, the host for tonight. And this time we have two of the best mom in the world ever. Because tonight the topic is about parenting style. So if you guys notice about the topic, it is actually a legit proof that Save You is indeed a place, a community for listeners on generations, even parents or moms like us.
You are also a great mom.
Question for you. As we know that there are several parenting methods and styles that parents use according to their choices and reasons, right? So, which type of parenting method or style do you apply in bringing up your children? And tell us the reason why.
So actually, I've done some research related to the parenting styles, and apparently there are a lot of parenting styles, not only 4 but more than 4 parenting styles. But I can't mention all of them because there are like a lot of them. I only remember 2 of them: the authority and authoritative. As the name suggests, authority parenting style means that we as parents, we take control, we set the rules, and the kids, they don't have right to ask or to negotiate. They don't have the rights to do that. So we set the rules, and no matter what, you have to obey the rules. That's authoritative. And on the other hand, we also have authoritative. It's quite similar to the aforementioned parenting style, but in authoritative, we set the rules and we discuss it. We discuss the rules with our kids. It's negotiable, and I think I'm gonna go with the later, the authoritative. I usually do that. Like, I set the rules. Like, for example, okay, you can play online games, or maybe you can play that baby bus games on my phone, but only on weekend, on Saturday and Sunday, within an hour for each day only. Sometimes he asks me why am I allowed to play phone only on the weekend while other kids, they can play the phone all the time. Just like what the parenting style in authoritative, I explain the reason why I don't allow them to play the phones, because it's not good for you, because you are not an adult, you are still a kid, and maybe one day when you keep playing the phone, you will come across something that you shouldn't see, something that you that is bad for you. And my kids, both of them, they try to understand, because that's the rules, that they agree with that. So that's the way I apply
so
these authoritative things.
Authoritative one. Okay, thank you so much for explaining. Okay, so Miss Tian, the same question for you, Miss. Yeah, what type of parenting style would you use and why?
Okay, maybe I give a freedom to my 10-year-old son. I let my son choose whatever he wants. For example, that he is free to watch the content on YouTube that he likes. Even if he watches the contents with so many bad words, or something gross like that, they make him know something bad exactly, and he will not say or do it because he knows that is not proper thing to do or say. I let my 10-year-old son to play game, to watch YouTube all the time, but I just like remind him that this is a time for you to take course, to study, to do your homework, just like that. And my son obeys the rules well, and everything goes so great in my house. I think in my home, I mean in my home, like that. So there is no big problem with that.
So you give more freedom to your son, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks so much. So let's go back to Miss Tian. Miss Tian, if you are given a choice, would you rather choose your kids to be in formal school or
Okay, this is a very interesting question. But first of all, I'd like to declare that I'm not trying to hate one of them, either one of them. It's just my personal opinion. Okay, so about homeschooling. Actually, I'm always impressed with parents who can implement homeschooling well, thoroughly, because implementing homeschooling is not that easy. It's not a piece of cake because you have to spare your time. It requires more time, more money, more energy, which I'm not capable of, and that's a good thing of homeschooling. The good thing is every parent is allowed to set the rules, to set the objectives of the learning process, which is quite different from our curriculum. So it's about freedom. They just set the rules, they set the goals, what this kind of learning objective, and then they can adjust the lessons. That's a good thing about homeschooling. But the major drawback I think is the lack of socialization, the lack of kids, they need to see their peer, but it doesn't mean that homeschoolers can't see their friends. Some homeschoolers, they come together to a place like doing some kind of study tour or something, but it's not like on their daily basis. On the other hand, if you attend a formal school, kids are able to meet their friends on their daily basis. So although the curriculum of the formal schools are not that good, I think you can see some flaws there, but the most important thing is, in my point of view, in my case, since my son Dirga, he is always longing for friends, so I think going to a formal school is the most convenient way for him to make friends, to get new friends. So yeah, I prefer formal school.
From school. So maybe I think it also depends on each individual, character, right?
Yes,
So
of course.
it relates so much to. Okay, thanks so much, Miss. So yeah, what about you, Miss Tian? Do you agree to what Miss Tian say about both education system, formal school or homeschooling? If you disagree, tell us why.
Okay, for me, formal school is more important than homeschooling because kids need to deal with their society and they have to interact and communicate with their friends at school. And they will learn how to solve their problems maybe with their schoolmates or the classmates or maybe the teachers or the tasks at school, like that. So I prefer formal school to homeschooling. But actually, my son prefers to have homeschooling because he doesn't like, interact with some friends outside. But I just let him know that you have to do this because all the kids here in our neighborhood go to school like that.
And also because we live in Indonesia, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So, okay, next question. Do you think that giving reward or punishment to children is necessary?
Yes, of course, because giving rewards makes our children know and realize that every action has its own consequences. If they do something good and right, they will get rewards, or so it encourages them to do something better next time. But punishment is not always bad because our children will know exactly how to have good responsibility in doing something in their life. Like if they make a mistake, they will learn and remember it, so they will not do the same mistake anymore. Because I always say that doing the same mistake is silly, like that. Just donkey does that. So I just try to make my son understand about that. So in your life, there are two things that you have to remember: reward and punishment. If you do something good, you will get the reward for me, and if you made a mistake or if you do something bad, I will give you something. I will warn you that till you learn something from that.
So you pretty much agree with that. Okay, so
Yeah.
maybe another one. Do you think letting children to speak up give any benefit toward their behavior in future, or is it totally a wrong decision parents make? As it know kids that given the chance to speak usually become more critical when they grow up instead of becoming a total obedient kids in future.
Speak up. Yeah, I think it's so hard to make our kids speak up. Whatever he's been through in their life, like at school, in their maybe neighborhood like that. But my son just stay at home, goes to school, and just stay at home. So I just try hard to make him speak up in whatever he's been through like that. But yeah, I'm still trying.
So, okay, so yeah, thank you so much. And let's go back to Miss Diana. Next question, Miss. Would you rather your kids to have a competitive mind or cooperative mind?
I think we need to know when to compete with other people, and we need to know how to stop, because having competitive mind is somewhat tiring, exhausting. I've been struggling with it, and it's really tiring. Back then when I was a kid, I was asked to be the first in my class. It was really tiring, really. So I think I'm gonna ask my kids to be a cooperative one. Although being a competitive person is also good because it can encourages them. It can encourage them to do better, to perform better. But if they overdo it, they will be exhausted. They will be depressed, I think. Being cooperative is great because they can embrace their flaws and they can accept other people. So yeah, I think being cooperative is better.
But as we know that competitive classroom is needed in our society, like it is the basic one, the traditional form of education system, right? So
Yes.
maybe we're going to find it a bit difficult to apply the cooperative mindset in our kids, right?
Yes, I think so.
Struggling. So yeah, okay, thanks so much, Miss Diane. So the next question for you: which value you prefer, honesty or high score?
Of course, it should be honesty. That's common sense. Yeah, that's common sense. Honesty. I've been thinking about this a lot since the beginning. I delivered my kid. I think honesty is better, because what's the point of getting high scores if you only cheat? Some parents, they do whatever it takes to get high scores, even if they have to pay some sort of cram schools to get the national exam test. I think that's useless. What's the point of learning something if you only end up cheating, right? The point of learning is we gain knowledge, we can apply the knowledge to our everyday life. So honesty is eminently important.
Thanks so much for explaining, Miss. So
Yeah, you're welcome.
I think we wish it will never stop when it comes to speaking about parenting, like everyone's questions. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna go with the last questions to both of you before we end our session. How do you spend your time with your kids?
I think going to the coffee shop or to the restaurant. We love going to the bookstore together.
Good. So, do you have any special tips in the way you bring up your children? I mean, your child that you wanna share with others?
Okay. I think this one. Trust your children to do many things they love and enjoy. Just let them know if something they choose is good or bad. Don't ever force them to obey all the things that you say or want. Because something that you think is right doesn't always make them enjoy doing it. I think so. That's what I think.
Cool. Thanks so much for sharing the tips, Miss. Okay, so the last question for Miss Dian. Miss, how do you spend your time with the kids?
Pretty much the same as Miss Tin. Maybe I go to a mall, to go to a playground, but sometimes, not sometimes, oftentimes we just stay at home or while building something from Lego. Yeah, they are into it now. Even they are playing it now. Yes. Even they are playing Lego.
Watching Netflix together, or maybe we read books together.
So simple activity, but yeah, very meaningful to the kids especially, right? It's like a mother and children bonding, the bonding that we always need.
Yes.
Okay. So thanks so much, Mom. So thanks so much, Mom, for the nice and great talk we just had, and it's really wonderful. So many things we can get from the session, and thanks again for the time. And you both are wonderful as always. Really glad to have you both here. Thanks so much, Miss
Thank you for inviting me here,
Thanks
Julie and Mas Chris.
Sharing the time.
Thanks
Miss Dian. So guys, I hope you enjoy the talk and see ya in the next podcast.
See you later.
Yeah.
Bye.
Good night.